Hey, it's Cecilia. Welcome to Clutter Wednesdays. So today we have a question, and it's from the Facebook group. And it says, my question is how to take more steps forward. I feel I'm always going 2 forward and 5 back. So there's a couple things that I want to talk about here. First of all, you want to look at your perception, because sometimes we're actually moving forward quite diligently, but because there is a slide back in certain areas, we're not acknowledging or recognizing the places where we are still moving forward. So that's one thing to watch out for. Just to be open to the possibility that just because there might be a temporary setback or a feeling of not moving or taking steps backwards, that we're not actually looking at the bigger picture of our life and where we are moving and where we continue to move forward and where we don't actually lose ground. So that's one thing. The other thing is that if you're wanting to move forward in a particular area, you want to see how you're going about it. Are you getting support? Are you clear about where you want to go? It's very difficult for us to travel if we don't have a destination in mind, a clear destination. So when we're talking about clutter clearing, what that looks like is that you are working on a particular area of your clutter. So when we look at the whole picture, it can seem bleak. It's totally overwhelming. There's too many things to do. We really get stuck in the feeling of it's too much. And if we have a very clear directive of what we're working on, so say I'm going to work on books specifically. So I'm going to focus all my energy on clearing my book clutter. Then it's very specific, specific results as you let go of books, and the likelihood of things shifting, unless you go out, and this is possible, that like one day you get rid of 100 books and the next day you go out and buy 100 books. It's a little bit easier to track your progress. So having a clear directive, a clear project where you can track your progress is also helpful. And having some support and some accountability. So you have a clear project and you let somebody know that that's your project. And even better yet, you ask for help with that project. So that what support looks like, sometimes we just need to let other people know what we're up to. But sometimes we actually need on the ground support with what we're working on. We need somebody to come and be there and witness us. We need to get on the phone with somebody. Now this can be a friend, this can be a buddy, this can be a professional such as myself. But when we have some support and some accountability, it's a lot easier to keep taking those steps forward because it's scary. As we talked about last week, there can be benefits to our clutter. So we want to be really holding the parts of us that are getting something from our clutter, that are getting something from our behavior, in a safe way, in a safe container, so that we can continue to keep taking steps forward. There are parts of us that are going to be scared, for sure, whenever there's change. And sometimes those parts can react by the sense of this 5 steps backwards. So when you start to feel yourself slipping backwards, that's the time to actually reach out and ask for help. I hope that helps. And I'm happy to talk more about this if there's more questions on this topic. So go forth, fuck clutter, and I'll see you next week. Bye.